So, good evening, students. In the last lecture, we were discussing about the definition of the function, what actually the function is in the C program. So, moving ahead on the functions, let us first understand what is the function in the C once again. And as I already told you, that function in a C program is something like which performs some task. Suppose we can correlate this definition of the function with our day-to-day life. Suppose in day-to-day life we are basically dependent on several other persons or several other people for our work, for our day-to-day life work. And starting from the morning, you can easily see that for the news about the world, you are dependent on your news hawker. For the milk, you are dependent on your milkman. For the vegetables or for the food, you are dependent upon your grocery wala. And for suppose you want to mend your shoes, suppose you want to get your bike service, you depend upon so many people in your life. So all these people are what? All these people and all these persons are basically those persons which make some work done for you with some cost. They charge some cost, they charge some thing from you and perform that particular task which cannot be performed by you alone. They are basically your service provider, they are your function, or you can say these are the persons without whom you cannot perform your task. In the same manner, in a C language, there are some modules, there are some functionalities, there are some blocks which can be written in a program to perform some specific task. So this is how we can understand the functions, what are the functions in a C language. Now what? There are three aspects of a C function, and we can understand the aspects of the C function by understanding these three things. And these three aspects of the function are: firstly is a function declaration, the second one is called the function call, and the third one is the function definition. So you can also call them the components of a C function. There are three components of a C function, or you can say a function have three components. First is a function declaration, in which we declare globally what the function is going to perform in a C program, and we have to tell this, or you can say the program has to tell this to the compiler about the name of the function, what are the parameters, what are the values on which the program is going to or function is going to work upon, and what this function will return or what this function will give as a output. So that is called a return type. These things are basically defined in a function declaration part. The second aspect, which is again very important, is called function call. So function can be called anywhere in the program whenever we require a particular set of code or a set of action, set of statements which are required to be performed, which are required to be run according to our need. Then the function can be called anywhere from the C program. So this is called the function calling, and this function calling is basically written inside the main function, the major program, which is called the major function of the C, the main function of C, which is called the function declaration. And the third part is called the function definition. So what the function is going to do for you, as I already told you in the last video lecture, suppose I want to perform or I want to calculate the factorial of a number. So for this I can design a function, and that function can be written once and can be stored in a memory, and that can be called again and again according to the need of the project, according to the need of the software. And what this function is going to perform, it is going to perform it is going to calculate the factorial of a number. So this is called the definition, what actually the function is going to perform for us. So what are the actual statements which are written inside the function, they are going to be executed. So this is defined under the function definition. moving ahead in understanding the aspects, or you can say the syntax. So the first is the syntax of the function declaration. This is how we can define or we can write the function. It is also called, this function declaration is also called, it is a very important word, please keep in mind students, this is called function prototype. So function prototype is also defined as a function declaration, and this is defined globally before the starting of the program, what the function is going to do, what is the name of the function. So the name of the function can be like this, what this function is going to return is written before the function name, and what are the values which are going to be passed through this function inside this these two brackets. So this is defined under the function name. Suppose we can write like sum, so this can be seen as like this. So in this function declaration, see how many values we are going to use in this function. Suppose two values. So this is the name of the function, that is sum. This is the return type, what this function is going to return as a data. So data is going to be an integer value. If we are taking integer values inside it, if we are passing the integer value, suppose we want to calculate the sum of the two numbers, then we have to pass the two values, and suppose these two values are integer values, so these are called parameters. So the name of the function, return type, and the parameters. So this is how the declaration is written. Then we write the function call inside the main function, and then outside the main we define what the function is going to perform for us. This is called the function definition. There are two types of functions in a C program. The one is called the library functions. Library functions are the functions which are pre-declared, which are declared already in the C compiler, and they are defined inside the header files like standard input output header file, console input output header file, string.h, maths.h. There are so many library functions, and the why they are called library functions, because they are defined inside the library, or you can say the header files. Their definitions are already defined. We need not to bother, we need not to write their definitions, we only have to call them. So their definitions are already defined, that is why they are called library functions. And some popular or some important library functions which we frequently use in our C programs are scanf, printf, getS, putS, seal, floor, getch, etc. These are the different library functions which reside in the different header files. And the second type of the functions are the user defined functions. And the user defined functions, as the name depicts, these are the functions which are created by the user themselves, and according to their need, according to the programmer's need, they can be defined, and they can be used, they can be called again and again by using the feature of the reusability, and it reduces the complexity of a big program and optimizes the code. So these are the user defined functions, and we can define them, we can write them, we can call them according to our need. So these are the two functions, library functions and the user defined functions. Now what is the return value? Every function must return some value, but it may happen that function may or may not return any value. Some functions return some value, some functions do not return any value. If a function do not return any value, then the return type of that function is called void. So if a function is not going to return anything, then that function should have got its return type as void.